In Victoria, the Department of Crown Lands and Survey has a specialised branch concerned with mapping. Parish maps of all parts of the state are sold at the Central Plan Office. Topographical maps are available also at the nominal cost of 5 shillings. Let's see what this chap gets for that modest investment. Plans for mapping a specified area begin at a discussion of senior officers. They're led by the Surveyor-General, Mr. Frank Arter. He's advised by his team of experts. Second from the left is Mr. J.H. Greer, Chief Topographic Surveyor. The Secretary for Lands, Mr. Clemmer. The map is studied and the area to be covered precisely outlined. Mr. Chappell on the left is the Assistant Surveyor-General. Mr. Rees is a Superintending Photogrammetrist. Much of the work of modern map making is done from the air, but ground surveys continue to play an indispensable role. It is still necessary for surveyors, topographers and their assistants to undertake field expeditions, often in rough terrain and at any hour of the day. Selected markers throughout the state, known as trig points, have known measurements interrelated by latitude and longitude. From these, the survey teams can establish the exact position and height of any given object or land feature. This data is the essential basis for compiling contour maps from aerial photographs. Radio today is widely used with other survey equipment, signal lamps and the geodetic theodolite, 1,000 pounds worth of precision. These and other modern electronic survey instruments are capable of measuring distances to an accuracy of 6 inches over 50 miles. The mapping requirements of the vast areas of Australia are best met by the use of aircraft. This camera is one of several which are used and is valued at £10,000. It takes a photograph 5 inches square. Before takeoff, it's carefully checked by camera operator John Collins. Interchangeable magazines allow the camera to function without interruption during the flight. The aerial survey company which does this work under contract to the Lands Department is Australia's oldest. It was established in 1934. Pilot Captain Keith Cooper is an experienced flyer. In 17 years, he's tallied 8,000 flying hours. The third member of the highly skilled crew is navigator Kevin Pavlich. He keeps the aircraft to the flight plan charted by the department. Perfect conditions are needed for aerial photography. Some work is done at altitudes as high as 25,000 feet and some as low as 2,000. At a typical altitude of 4,000 feet, the camera takes one exposure every 10 seconds, each one overlapping its neighbour so that any one point on the ground is taken at least twice to make possible stereoscopic viewing. Under ideal conditions, the aircraft can stay aloft for 6 hours. After completion of each sortie, the exposed film is sent to Sydney for processing. The negative and 2 prints of each exposure are returned to the Lands Department in Melbourne. In the department's photographic laboratory, glass diapositives, transparencies, are printed from the negatives. This is done by an electronic contact printer. Its photoelectric cell controls the amount of light through the negative, bringing out the latent image in the final picture. The glass plates are processed similarly to other photographic negatives. photogrammetric branch, the glass plate is carefully mounted in a carriage. The alignment is done with the aid of small microscopes. In pairs, the transparencies are fitted into a stereo plotting machine. They're repositioned precisely into the attitude they occupied when photographed. The 60% overlap of the photos then enables the operator to see through the binoculars of the machine an enlarged three-dimensional model of the terrain. A reference mark in the viewfinder can be made to travel in any direction, horizontally or vertically. It is used to adjust the model to agree with the available survey data and then to draw the contours and ground features. Through a series of gears, these movements are transmitted to an arm holding a pencil. The pencil traces the topographic detail true to scale. So, for the first time, the map is on paper. Another machine, the autograph, also capable of tracing, has additional electronic instruments, equipping it to interpret terrain in a digital form. Measurements and relative positions of detail are recorded on punched cards for subsequent translation by electronic computers. This process is mainly used for precise engineering surveys. Frank Strafford on the right and section leader Marn Fraser appraised the stereo-plotted map before dispatching it back to the photographic section. Here, the original drawing is photographed. Mr. J. Roth explains details to Brian Pump. In this work, a precision copying camera is used. The image is focused on a ground glass screen. Focus sharpened, the screen is removed. The photograph is taken on litho film, a tough plastic sheet positioned on the vacuum-backed film holder. From this negative, photo impressions are made on specially prepared scribing material which are passed to the drafting section. Each contour line is engraved using delicate scribing instruments. Five of these sheets must be prepared for the final map. In printing, 5 different colours are used, each denoting a specified topographical feature such as roads, creeks and contours. Back at the photo lab where Graham Lawrence touches up the negative. This is known as opaquing. The negative is framed with a zinc printing plate ready for the process of light hardening. A carbon arc burns an imprint of the negative onto the sensitized plate treated with developing ink. Section leader Ken Green washes the plate. After light hardening, the contours retain the ink, but it is easily removed from the other areas. The zinc sheet now becomes the printer's plate. This press will soon be churning out maps at the rate of 2,500 an hour. Map printing is an important activity at the government printer's office, but represents only one aspect of the work conducted there. Completed topographical maps. Some of the 30,000 of all descriptions distributed from the Lands Department Central Plan Office each year. That's the story behind a 5-shilling investment. Would you say he got his money's worth? Victoria is far from completely contour mapped, but this is a continuous business, and one day it will be. With such technically skilled personnel on the job, there can be no doubt of that.